Billy, Duncan, welcome back to Glengoyne Distillery. I'm sure, like me, you probably heard a groan somewhere in the angels in the top of the warehouse as you guys enter the building thinking, oh no, oh no, what's happening here? It's an absolute pleasure because obviously you two guys are retirees now, been gone for how long, Billy?
Just over 6 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
How long since you started? When was that?
1975.
77.
I mean, you've got decades of memories, especially going back to the 70s, just at the end of the dramming era. It was just about to stop. But you guys obviously got a few years at it. Mm-hmm. So you can remember these whiskies, the Teapot Dram that we're here to talk about. So tell me, I mean, in your own words, guys, what do you remember about that time? Why did we have a Teapot Dram?
Because there was an old teapot in the restaurant and we got a dram. From Monday to Thursday, you got 2 each day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. And a Friday, you got 3. And there was young folk here, a lot of young folk didn't drink it. And if you never felt like it, you put it in the teapot. You came back later on and got it.
3 drams a day.
Aye.
Must have just been buzzing. Oh, I mean, just imagine that. I mean, Greg is our youngest employee at Glengoyne. Why did I give you 3 drams? You'll be asleep by 9 o'clock in the morning.
Aye, probably.
Just half of one of these drams.
It was hive activity, really, that canteen, because so much went on in there. There was no mobile phones.
Yeah.
There was nothing like that. So what you did, you came to work and you had a chat. You spoke, you know, or you read your paper. You solved the problems of the world in 10 minutes.
Right.
You know, that was no problem. That done. So all these things were done rather than sitting, checking your phone, no speaks. You know, it was a lively day, like, you know.
Sounds like being in a pub, Greg,
good
doesn't
fun.
it?
That's pretty good, eh?
This is a place of work. So normally, back then, I mean, other distilleries, they drank new make or fresh or clear or whatever, spike. There's so many different words for it. Yep. But Glengoyne, a little bit different. They like the whiskey mature, out of the warehouse. So whose job was that?
The manager's job.
Manager?
He went at night and
He
he canted him and the customs boy.
The customs, that's right, aye. You had 2 keys, and so one couldn't go in without the other. So the excise had their own key, and the distillery had their own key. So the 2 of them had to go down in the evening, and under the cover of darkness, right, and they'd decant whiskey of their choice into the dramming jug, and that's how they did it.
And this was the excise guy as well.
That's
the
correct.
guy that was meant to be looking at
He
us.
was the resident excise officer.
He was in amongst it. So
he was right in here.
So that was the fox and the hounds together.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's cask strength whiskey as well. You know,
Yep,
straight
yep.
out, and that's at 9 o'clock.
That's right. That's right.
Was it always was it younger whiskies or was it kind of older?
Old, 1965, something like that.
But you talk about 1965s, you're probably going back to 1975, 76. You're talking about whiskey that was maybe 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds.
Robbers,
So
that's
it
right.
wasn't old whiskey.
That's correct, no.
And the Teapot Dram, it's always been true to how you guys drank it. And that's what we've done from batch 1 all the way through to batch 10. You're not getting the oldest whiskies in the warehouse.
No.
What you're getting is something that'll replicate what you two guys through your years have been drinking and your predecessors.
Correct.
Something that's natural, cask strength, that's on those cold January mornings will just wake you up.
Aye.
So it did stop. It stopped, you know, the Teapot Dram stopped, same as the dramming stopped. It had to stop. Can you remember what was the catalyst?
Yeah. No, they had to do it, Robbie, because to be honest with you, it was getting to a stage, it was too dangerous. It was too dangerous to have whiskey lying in the canteen, whiskey being drunk, people driving cars. I think it was important, they had to stop it.
Yeah, you've got to have a safe place of
Yeah,
work.
of course you
and
have.
it wasn't just
No.
a measure, it would have been something
good
that you...
dram.
Oh, bigger.
It was like a glass of whiskey.
Yeah, I mean, imagine that, Greg.
Yeah. You must have been quite happy to see them almost pay tribute to it then, bringing it back, because you would have still been working here when Teapot won.
Aye.
Does it almost take you back when you're sampling it? Like, feel like you're back doing the dramming days again when you're trying the different expressions throughout the years? Does it like remind you of being young again?
Aye, you're right, because it was special times. They were special times because you had your dram, but the guys did work. They worked very hard, to be honest with you, because it was all manual work. You know, it was one tractor, and that was us, you know.
Probably will be proud of it then, because as long as you're working hard, the whiskey's going to be good. Being able to enjoy it and then go out and work and make it the way that you want to be.
But I didn't realise that first year that I was going to be eventually going to be sampling that whiskey and enjoying it. You know, you're right. You're saying it was a very special days. That.
So between Teapot 1 and Teapot 9, was there any of them stand out for you guys? Any of them? It was a shining light moment that took you back to your youthfulness.
I'd say number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah, and I would say the same, to be honest, because I think the first one, because we created this with Stuart, and we were talking to Stuart Henry about it, and Stuart decided that we've got a story here, we've got something that actually happened. You know, it's not something we're making up, so let's do something with that. And we came up with the Teapot Drams. And so I think number 1's a wee bit special for that reason, and plus a beautiful dram. But I think they're all good. I mean, I can't say there's a Teapot Dram that I haven't enjoyed.
So here we are, Teapot 10. We've made the decade. I think we're probably ready for a dram. What do you think?
So I've never asked Billy.
So Greg is going to do the honours.
Of course.
He's going to pour the whiskey. It's 59.4% alcohol.
Wow.
So it's a strength where you're getting it's a bottle and a half at that strength.
It's good.
A wee bit of information about this whiskey. It's made up just from 13 casks. So two of the casks are American oak hogsheads. 9 of them are European oak hogsheads, and 2 of the casks are European butts. But they're all sherry. So every one of the casks has a sherry. Yeah, they're all seasoned with sherry. So you will get some of the notes coming from the American oak, but it'll be a bit underlying. It won't be out there, because you guys probably wouldn't have tasted a lot of American oak back then anyway. It would have been primarily European oak, but the way this was made up by the blender, they just saw a couple of casks which could sneak in there, which could just give it a wee bit of different flavours from what perhaps where the teapots.
Do you mind if I know it while we're talking?
Not yet. Well, I'm talking. You're interrupting. What come on, I'm talking too much. But when you look at the colour,
oh, I mean, that is beautiful.
I mean, that is so dark. It's a deep copper colour, and then when you nose it,
beautiful.
You get these spicy, Christmassy notes coming through. Christmas cake, raisins, some of the dark fruits. You'd associate that.
They're all there.
But if you kind of get below that, you get some sweet caramel notes coming through as well. Vanilla is in there as well.
Yeah, I was going to say caramel.
Yeah. So there's actually quite a lot going on. It's subtly different from the other ones, and I think that's brought on by the slight vanilla tones from those 2 American oak casks. They're not doing a lot, but they're just doing something.
They're there.
Let's try it.
Slange. Nice, it's sweet.
Really sweet, isn't it?
Very sweet.
I get spicy notes coming through.
Spice, right at the beginning.
You get
Smooth.
You get smoothness, you get gentle oak tannins. You get like zestiness coming through, almost like the skin of an orange coming through as well.
That's right.
But if you didn't know that was 59.4% alcohol,
No, it
it's
doesn't
not
have that.
It hasn't got that harsh kick.
Not at all.
It's rounded.
Not at all.
It's gentle.
It's gentle.
I mean,
that's the one.
surprising for a whiskey of this age to have that kind of gentle roundness. That's very unusual. So what are you guys getting from this whiskey?
I'm getting it slightly oaky, that's for sure, but I'm not getting anything heavy. I'm getting apples.
Green apples or red apples?
Red apples.
Red apples, good.
I'm getting red apples, and I'm getting cinnamon.
Well, you're getting a lot.
I'm getting a lot, yeah.
No, that's incredible. What about you, Billy? What are you?
I'm getting vanilla, fruity, sherry.
I mean, fruity's Glengoyne, isn't it?
That's right, of course it is that.
Fruity. As you say, like a Christmas pudding.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's almost like a raspberry and the raisin are like fighting over each other.
Yeah.
And then on the finish, it's just chocolate. It's dark chocolate, but it's not bitter at all. Like Duncan said earlier, it's just really smooth and it's really nice.
Well, it's been absolutely great seeing you 2 guys here, getting a wee break from the old folks' home to come back out to Glengoyne. Obviously, I'm surprised to let you out, but it's worth coming here for a wee dram, isn't it?
There's only one, Robbie.
Billy, Duncan, your future. This is you.
Can't wait.
This is you in 60 years. Slange, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Cheers.